Hi, Dr. Hashem. This is Duan Yifan, and my topic is Analysis of Construction Materials and Solid Waste Management in Malaysia. Let's get started. My presentation has three parts: introduction, analysis of three papers, and conclusion. So let's get started with the first part, introduction. Since I have been living in Malaysia for over a month, I have found that most of the streets in Kuala Lumpur are clean and public hygiene is good. But at the same time, I often see construction sites. There is one near my home. I was curious about how Malaysia managed and built this solid construction waste. In the meantime, sustainable waste management has become a critical challenge worldwide in recent years, especially in rapidly developing regions. So I started my research on this topic. I plan to use quantitative analysis to study, and the three references I have found also use quantitative analysis methods and some other models. Next, I will analyze and summarize these three papers. So here's come to the first one. A synthesis of express analytic hierarchy process and partial least squares constructural equations modeling for sustainable construction and demolition waste management assessments, the case of Malaysia. The background information is that construction and demolition waste management is the main consequence of construction and demolition activities, and they affected our sustainability needs badly. However, construction and demolition waste management lacks the integration of sustainability concepts. The second one, I think the primary objective of this paper is to develop a robust framework for assessing sustainable construction and demolition waste management in Malaysia, and aims to identify some key factors that influence CDW management to help stakeholders make informed and sustainable decisions. As for the data, they were collected from stakeholders involved in Malaysia's CDW management sector, which included surveys or interviews. And after that, as you can see in the title, the writers used two models: express analytic hierarchy process and partial least square structural equations modeling to analyze the problem. Of course, they have different roles to play. First, after collecting responses and data, the EAHP was applied to rank factors by priority, identifying which elements had the greatest impact on CDW management. And after that, the prioritized factors use the PISSEM to examine the relationships among variables to understand direct and indirect influences on waste management outcomes. Besides, the authors also created two equations as follows. This is the first one. In the first equation, experts make pairwise comparisons of factors based on their judgments to quantify the importance of each factor. They will select one primary factor they consider most important and then compares it against other factors in pairs. This is the second one, and this formula calculates the relative weight of each factor based on the pairwise comparison values provided by experts. And here are some findings. The model shows that some factors directly and indirectly impact waste management. For example, policy support not only directly affects management, but also promotes technology use and community engagement. To achieve sustainable construction waste management, it's essential to incorporate sustainability with policy support and technology being key factors. Now this is the second passage, modeling the significance of value belief norm theory in predicting solid waste management intention and behavior. So global urbanization and resource use have sharply increased daily solid waste, outpacing processing capacity. Sustainable waste management needs collective action and a shift in public attitudes for reduction and effective processing. And the paper examines Malaysian adults' intention and behaviors in mitigating solid waste issues through the value belief norm framework, extended by social norms, to explore how values, beliefs, and norms shape sustainable waste management practices and policies. And the study adopted a cross-sectional design and collected quantitative data through an online survey from 1,571 household heads in Malaysia. Data was analyzed with a partial least square construction equation modeling technique give that the data was non-normal. In the meantime, the writers used the value belief norm theory, aka baby N theory. So baby N theory is a psychological model that explains pro-environmental behavior through a causal chain. And in this paper, baby N theory helps to identify the psychological process that lead individuals to engage in SWM behaviors. The model is structured in a series of steps. As you can see, values to beliefs to personal norms to behavioral intention and behavior. After that, to validate the VBN model's predictive power in this study, structural equation modeling is used. So this PLS-SEM analysis small data sets and handles complex model with composites without estimation of goodness of fit assessment. It enables researchers to test complex relationships between the constructs and verify the theoretical causal chain holds up in the empirical data. And in summary, the article empirically validates the VBN theory in the context of solid waste management, revealing the key roles of values, beliefs, and personal norms in shaping individuals' environmental actions. The study fills the gap in applying the VBN theory to solid waste management, demonstrating its effectiveness in predicting SWM behavior. It highlights the critical role of personal norms in promoting environmental behavior. So much for the second paper, and now for the third one. Modeling of 3R, reduce, reuse, and recycle for sustainable construction waste reduction, a partial least squares structural equation modeling. So there is a lack of awareness and knowledge among the Malaysian construction industry about waste management and reduction. Numerous nations worldwide have understood and have incorporated the concept of the 3R in waste management, and it has worked out well. So this study investigated construction waste issues and developed a model for sustainable reduction by applying 3R using a partial least square structure equation modeling, PLS-SEM in Malaysia, and also provide insights for construction industry's professionals and policymakers to foster more sustainable practices in managing construction waste. And for this paper, the data was collected from a sample of 192 responses from professionals in the construction industry. And this article is just like the previous ones, used PSSEM model. In this study, it was employed to explore how various factors such as technology adoption, government support, organizational support, and environmental awareness influence the adoption of 3R practices. And also, the writers use PISSEM to examine the structural relationships between multiple independent and dependent variables. This statistical method helps to test the hypothesis and confirm the relationship between the variables that impact 3R adoption. Besides, the authors assess the goodness of fit, aka GOF, to evaluate the overall fit of the PRSSEM model. And GOF is an important aspect of PRSSEM analysis, as it helps confirm whether the model fits the data well and adequately explains the relationships between the variables in the study. And it can be determined using the formula below. So based on the analysis, the model is considered significant. Therefore, the research model fitted very well. The structural model is consequently good. And in conclusion, the study used PSSEM to analyze factors affecting 3R adoption in the construction industry, collecting data from professionals. Results show that government support, organizational backing, and environmental awareness, technology adoption, and policy support significantly influence 3R practices. The model demonstrated a moderate goodness of fit, effectively identifying key factors of 3R adoption. So here comes to the conclusion. And there are still some research gaps in this topic. The first one, lack of integration between technical and behavioral approaches. And there is a gap in research that integrates both technical methods and behavioral motivations to provide a more holistic approach to waste management. The second one, lack of connection between 3R strategies and Bayesian theory. 3R strategies and Bayesian theory have no direct connection, but I think future research could explore more. Maybe at some personal and organizational levels. And third one, limited cross-cultural and regional applicability. These studies primarily focused on specific regions or contexts without exploring how the 3R strategies and Bayesian theory applies across diversity, cultural, and society and societal backgrounds. I think future research should examine these models across diverse cultural contexts to assess the universal applicability. And here's the summary. All these three articles explore sustainability waste management from different perspectives. Like the first one, use EHP and PISSEM to assess the construction waste management in Malaysia. And the second one, they use VPN theory to study. The third one, they focused on 3R strategy and also use PISSEM to analyze. So these studies offer valuable insights into waste management. and each from a technical, behavior, or practical strategy perspective, contributing to a more comprehensive understanding of effective waste management. So that's all. Thank you.